Welcome to Vintage Volts. Today we're going to introduce you to this. I imagine that most of you know what this is, but this is a 930 1978 Porsche Turbo. That's what the 930 means anyway, and it's a wide body, and this is the original wide body Porsche. They're quite rare nowadays and just gorgeous. So this is from a customer from Copenhagen, and we're very lucky to be working together with him. It's still dirty, as you see, some parts to work on, but basically we drove this Porsche from Copenhagen up to here, about 950 kilometers, with the original turbo gas engine. Yes, it was beautiful. I'm sorry for all those people that don't like us doing this, but too bad. Also, the oil was dripping and smoking, and we had to do stops like that, but that's all part of it. We really enjoyed it and got to feel what the car is like. It's part of our conversion. And then we came into the shop, weighed it, and got an idea of how basically it's 65% rear, 35% front. And this was most shocking to us, is that this car weighed in at 1,270 kilo. And when we took out the engine and the gearbox and the gas tank and all the little bits and pieces, that ended up weighing 460 kilo.
So once we've electrified the car, the weight is actually going to stay about the same, maybe even a little bit lighter. But there's one huge improvement. It's the weight distribution. And that is, instead of being about 65-35, it's going to be better than 55-45, almost 50-50. The large drive unit is going to be in the back, which is 600 plus horsepower. But this car is going to get the full meal deal. What does that mean? That means in the smuggler's box, we're going to have air conditioning and power steering. That's going to be speed corrected power steering. And where the gas tank used to sit, it's going to have half of the battery pack. So the front battery pack is going to be here. And then there's still going to be trunk space so we could put charging cables and your clothes and stuff. But what else is in our full kit? So our full kit's going to have 62 kilowatt hours of batteries, a large drive unit, which is crazy for this car, but this car was called the Widowmaker back in its day, so it's going to remain that, but on another level. And of course, heating and all that. But what a lot of conversion shops don't do is the fast charging. So it's going to have DC fast charging, it's going to have 3-phase charging, but it's also going to have V to L. So when you're charging and when you're sitting there, you can have 230 volt AC power camp kitchen if you want to, or your computer or your home office, whatever you like out of this. And so you'll be able to charge at speeds that are going to charge this car at 20 to 30 minutes, up to 80%. Boom, you can travel. What 62 kilowatt hours is going to do for this car is going to be about 350 to 400 kilometers range, which is funny. I've been talking to Peter, the owner, and he's like, well, that's actually even better than the original motor and the gas tank that was in here. So that's just such an improvement on the car itself and just going to be way more usable. So we're going to go around to the back and just show you what's going to go there.
All right, so the business end, shall we call it. So right now you can see there's a large hole here where the motor and everything was. And what is going to happen with this car is over here, if you come on in over here, you'll see this is the original motor mount, and in the front there's two more. And the cradle that's going to go in here, we've built a cradle that attaches to these points, the original point mounting points, and in that cradle is going to sit the large drive unit and the rear battery pack. And on top of the rear battery pack is also going to be the charging system. And then that is all connected to the front with water lines and all the high voltage lines, etc. So our big thing in electrifying classic cars like this is to be able to make it reversible and make it work so that basically you could take out all the electric stuff and put in the original motor and things like that, because these cars have a huge value just the way they are. So we actually took out the motor, gearbox, and everything we took out, wrapped it, conserved it basically, and the owner's going to keep it with it so that the matching serial numbers of everything, so the car stays whole. And we won't be cutting or welding into this car at all. It's going to be using all the original mounts, all the original points. We're going to take off of those and go from there. So yeah, hope that answers most of your questions about doing such a classic, beautiful car. So if you want more details about what's in this Porsche kit and what it looks like, click on the links above for Electric Classic Cars and Moggy. He's done some fantastic videos on the Porsche kit itself and showing it off and how it works and stuff like that. Follow us and follow us along. We're going to do a little series on this car, how we're converting it, where we're putting it, how we're making all the little bits and pieces work. And then, of course, driving it out on electric power as well. All right, we'll catch you on the next one.